them had a hold on me. Finally I find my destiny.
Sunchild, find your destiny.
I've been searching for so long. There's something inside that has grown so strong. Gotta let it show, cause they don't know that deep inside lives an old bold soul.
Been reflecting on the things I did, giving thanks and praise for this opportunity.
They never know I was born to be free. I connect with three ancestral family tree. I'm blessed this day, and I'm proud to say I wouldn't want to live no other way. Oh,
Never back down.
never back down, never give up, even when the road gets rough and the going gets tough.
Never, never back down, no. Reach for your strength through all of the struggles.
Even though sometimes you are stumble, sunshine, hold on to your light.
Hold on to your life.
Keep on pushing each and every day and night. Keep your head up through it all. Only a few will hear this ancestral call. Ooh, sunchild, hold on to your
Hold on
light.
to your
Keep
light.
on pushing every day and night. Yeah. Keep your head up through it all. Only a few will hear this ancestral call.
Sunshine, hold on to your light. Keep on pushing, yeah, each and every day and night.
The other day a wise man said to me, do you really want to set your spirit free? I said, oh yes I do, but it's so hard, you see. I was stuck in a self-identity.
He said, hey sunchild, got to have divine humility, and appreciation is always the key. Do all you can to be spiritually free.
Forever we don't back down.
Never back down.
In mid-2012, High Priest Kwatamani shared a message that he was about to be given a tremendous task, a major challenge, a dangerous assignment that would require the soulful essence of who he be to reroute an over-challenged soul through a very critical stage in her soul journey that would allow her to return to the supreme circle of life, divine order. On September 22, 2012, the Kwatamani First Genesis tribe came face to face with the sacred soul who was overwhelmed with challenges. All circumstances gave the appearance that this would be a mission nearly impossible.
I am not unique. It is divine guidance we seek.
My eyes have seen the glory.
My eyes have seen the glory of the coming of a man.
Glory, glory, glory.
Glory to the man who overstands femininity is the key to the master plan.
This is the most serious encounter we may ever had in my life. I start this life when I'm 16 years old. Me get caught up in a peer group pressure, in the wrong environment at the wrong time. I made that power downward spiral into the lower and lesser degrees of a dead end.
Her mama grew up tough, had it rough, was once soft, sweet and tender, had to surrender too many times on the street, didn't want her daughter to meet the same fate, make the same mistake she made.
Do you want to listen to the playback?
Mama's mama had passed, her life went too fast, but her spirit spoke loud and clear, get your daughter out of here. Every day you work is a day players play. Every day your daughter will become a victim of prey in the twilight zone where STDs roam and self-deified individualism has a mind of its own.
Now I'm very serious. Serious B is a switch mysteriously. This B ain't no bitch, seriously. Blacker than the eye by itself can see.
Because I know that before I came, I was on a pathway that leads to self-destruction. I mean, I was getting into things that I had no business getting into. I was following behind people that I shouldn't have been following behind. I was yielding to peer pressure. And you know all what young sisters go through out there, where they have that sense of wanting to belong and wanting to be a part. and it gets to a point where you have to make decisions, and the decisions that you make can adversely affect you. And looking at that time, I wasn't clear. I didn't have the comprehension that I needed to have to safeguard my own being. So at that time, it was like my mama, she needed to step in and find a way to secure me. If not, I was gonna self-implode. I'm proud of the changes that I've made within my being, and being able to grow into this environment, into this way of life. I have so much appreciation for it, because it was the only way for me. And over time I found out that the reason why I was never able to belong there was because I didn't belong there. And this is where I belong. And I feel at home, I feel at peace, I feel a sense of stability, and I feel like I found my being. And I have things that I wanted to express, and I have the opportunity now to express them within a holistic living way of life.
Glory to the Most High, answer my grandmama's
Mama
cry.
found it hard to cope. They tried to teach her daughter to drink, party, sniff, and smoke a little dope. Mama was at the end of her rope. Grandma's spirit had a greater scope, directed her to us as a last ray of hope. Yes, her spirit told Mama to search and find us. She still reminds us of how she begged and pleaded about how much her daughter needed better direction, divine guidance and protection. Didn't know what it would look like or how it came to be. Never before did she hear or see the whole life reality of divine socioeconomic family community. But action speaks louder than word, and divine example speaks loudest of all. As we witness femininity rise into this sacred ancestral call.
Them say I was cursed, them say I was dumb, them say I brainwashed by making man. You know the bad mind, self-deified kind seeks to destroy another's peace of mind. But them don't know the real deal about how his energy is healing. He teaches a holistic way of life, it brings such a beautiful feeling. To consume from the fruits of the tree, divine, social, economic, family, community. I indulge in this whole life energy, he resurrected the soul in me.
Like a lost lamb led to the altar to be bled. Nothing was said till after she fled. What happened to the girl they knew before the whistle blew? Mama asked us for a rescue. Is she now part of a cult, or did the hater who wrote footnote cope when she spoke to spook folk? Her mama saw discipline, order, and respect as a saving grace when she brought her daughter to our jungle space.
What was she thinking? Oh, she was thinking fast.
It was my grandma's blessing, helped me learn a different kind of lesson.
Oh,
Mama did all she could do, but she knew what the cold hard world could do to a baby girl. So she got me out without a doubt, and I came face to face with a different kind of place and a whole different kind of way of natural living I was given. A chance for my soul to
A straight-A
rise.
student, never challenged to think. Standing on the brink, we supplied the vital link. Raw and living fruits, vegetables, seeds, nuts, herbs, and spice. A garden cultural way of life. Detoxing and purging, yes, passing her test. She began emerging, taking time to reason with common sense. Hence, initiation commenced. Text after text, asking what's next. From when she woke until when she slept, she studied the teachings of Imhotep. No smoke, no fire, no frost, no artificial heat. You are the sum total of what you eat. She was taught sacred principles of the Kemetic Naga priesthood, where supreme masculine and feminine energy is well understood.
You wonder why I sing praises. I found a nature of energy that raises
Femininity to a state I never thought it could be. Nobody ever showed me the reality
of the nurturing essence
that births and sustains our presence.
the first teacher.
We taught the 42 principles of my art, which stand as the sacred order divine. And then how further down the line. Moses was taught in a comedic tempo, tried to make it simple, reduced the sacred principles to 10, trying to get the lost children to comprehend. But up until now they still waver and bend, lies still kill, bathed and baptized in sin. Can't even keep 1 out of 10. Look, listen, learn, my kin, discern what the sacred soul did when it became her turn to reclaim her father's mother lineage, stolen from the ancestral village by those who invaded, raped, murdered, enslaved, and pillaged, all the way back into ancient time, tracked and traced to her comedic line. Yeah, this sacred soul came of age into a new stage, sacred principles and training, abstaining, celibacy before mating, masculine, feminine, relating with all due respect, something she did not expect, totally different than what she had known. She was shown the beauty of natural hair, style and flair, no makeup to fake up her face, garden skills, sisterhood to embrace, brotherhood, keep in order, straight, no chase. Yeah, she grew into that priestess queen who knew she had been rescued from the mark of the beast, allowing the spirit of mama's mama to finally rest in peace.
We give thanks to He who had the ability to see and to guide divine, social, economic, family, community.
Welcome to the sacred ancestral sanctuary of the Kwatamani First Genesis tribe, located in what remains of a once vast strip of tropical rainforest jungle. Spiritually guided by supreme soul seer, soothsayer, and holistic living healer, High Priest Kwatamani, chief elder of the oldest, longest sustained, totally raw and living, plant-consuming family community order known in the Western Hemisphere and thereabouts.
Divine greetings. I'm High Priest Kwatamani. There's no ands, ifs, and buts about the fact that we are about the first genesis of humanity, divine, socio-economic, family community order, resurrecting the sacred ancestral spirit presence of the divine children of the sun, and the sacred garden culture from which we come as green earth solar conscious beings. We reside within a green earth solar conscious environment. The objective is to promote veganic living, that is a lifestyle of dealing with the natural and innate states and places of existence and growing of the foods and etc. In other words, just as we do not promote the ideology of the hunting, herding, warring tribes and clans, we do not promote the idea of deforestation and the disrespect of Mother Earth's green earth solar conscious environment that she indeed have used to provide us humanity and all living things thereof a lifestyle of holistic living fuel, a lifestyle where in fact as humanity, by honoring earth, wind, rain, and sun, we honor the essence of who we be. We honor our body temple, the sacred temple from which we reside, we, soul. We're talking about soul-to-soul relations here. We in no way honor or uphold the keeping of pets, and we have a story to tell you.
Listen well to the storyline. I knew breed of spirit conscious state of mind about how I emerged as priestess when I knew within a royal sisterhood I became brand new. Gone through what every pretty girl goes through, but what else you expect a young girl to do? Me say it's a spiritual war, not the feeling. Me give thanks for the spiritual healing. They say I find up front or behind, but to my essence inside the spiritually blind. I remember the promise and the lies. How many times I've been ill-advised, watching the style and turn way buck wild, and I worked so hard to fit the profile. My divinity was broken down. Oh, feminine pride was beat to the ground. Me never listen when my mama does say. Things though I always happen my way. There came a time I had to face the truth, and this time my message to each and every youth. Divine eldership is what we need. All life energy for make with body feet. Cease to be caught up in the great I am. Remember, Babylon no give a damn about divine order and the essence of you. Be careful of who and what you listen to. It's time to be wise, open your inner eyes. The generation next has to rise. These teachers will learn and learn as we teach. Divine order will never be breached. Time to wise up, my fellow kin. This time a new breed of consciousness from deep within.
Royal Priestess Kwananu came with several adverse pre-existing conditions, although unseen and unsuspected at the time. Her greatest asset was the hidden agenda of her soul, which took her a long way. In fact, farther than the mindset of self-asserted individualism was able to see, sense, hear, or perceive, as she emerged within a whole soul-to-soul connection, a holistic living relationship with High Priest Kwatamani and the Kwatamani First Genesis tribe.
On August 6, 2022, the physical presence of she who was profiled and named I'm Unique Emmanuel came to an end, leaving only the soulful essence of Kwananu Kwatamani as the expression of a bold soul resurrection. Around 10 years ago, a fatal encounter injected a vicious, deadly viral infection that would eventually destabilize her immune system, opening the door to debilitating, opportunistic infections. There were acts, there were pacts and indulgements during her immature times of emotional overload that occurred prior to Kwananu encountering a holistic living way of life. She narrowly escaped the toxic influences of a toxic environment.
However, there were pacts, contracts, and acts of blood sacrifice she participated in, seduced by corrupt individuals. Although she was young, innocent, and unaware, binding agreements stayed in place to stake a claim on the physical body, the temple in which the soul resides. The goal was to break the spirit, crush the soul, to be consumed by a cold-hearted, self-deified nature that stands opposed to divine order. Within this spiritual war where self versus soul is the final conflict. On August 6, 2022, in the midst of a deep-seated emotional impact, High Priest Kwatamani announced to the Kwatamani First Genesis tribal family community order that a profound and sacred soul transformation had occurred.
I remember when the thing happened with Kwananu, the next day we noticed the cat. And the cat just hang around it when we're in the hut. They're just being together so we can have that oneness. I remember the cat would be crying, trying to come in. I really wanted to bring the cat in, especially after I asked the high priest. I said, high priest, why the cat just appeared right after Kwananu returned, the soul of Kwananu, the physical being of Kwananu returned. And the high priest said, Yeah, basically I had to pay attention. I said, is that the soul of Kwananu? He didn't really answer like that, but for some reason it matched. So then I started feeling like the cat needed to come in, because I felt like if that's the soul of Kwananu, she wanted to be part. So I always wanted the cat to come in. The cat would jump on the screen crying, trying to come and be with everybody who would be inside the hut.
My expressions will be a little bit short because the soul of Kwananu, her physical presence, was close, very close to my heart. I don't get to know emotions or anything like that. On August 6, when my physical presence transformed, it was I think it was the same night when the cat appeared. And sometimes I used to wonder like how the cat came at the same time. And then when I start looking at the cat, like in details, sometimes I look at the color of the cat, or like the eyes, or sometimes the way the cat would look at me. It would remind me of different ways when we used to look, and different like vibrations that used to be around her. And then sometimes after the cat, the presence of the cat is to let us know that basically she's still around.
Therefore, then we started saying the cat got to be the soul of Kwananu. So then we wanted to give food to the cat, but the happy said no. Whatever the reason is, that time I didn't comprehend, but I knew not to feed the cat and not to bring the cat in. And the cat did not go; it just hang around. And the more the cat hang around, the more you feel like Kwananu did not leave. She stayed present. So the emotions were not heavy, especially within me, because I didn't feel like she left yet. I just feel like the physical body is not present. They are also telling the high priest that Kofi had a vision, dream, whatever you want to call it, So then I got up and I told Kofi, I said, Kofi, I dreamed the exact dream you dreamed.
You know, I'm sure it was a very spiritual connection with the essence of Honolulu, with the cat appearing. I'm sure it's a statement that her soul is still around and still present.
I was asked what was my take on this mysterious cat that showed up shortly after it was a callback. I was out there at the time when that transition occurred. So for me, it wasn't mysterious. I don't take things for coincidence. So I could just see similarities, and it was an affirmation to me that sacred soul said, I'm staying present. I'm staying present. We have more to do here. I'm not leaving y'all. We have a tie, we have a bond, and it's not broken. So that was very real to me. She always claimed me as her firstborn son, and I had no problem claiming her as my mama. And I said we had the same smile. He always used to say that, and I would laugh and she would laugh. Well, as far as there's another sister who showed up, who plays ball and has a vibration very agreeable and similar to that sacred priestess energy. It's very bonding and it's just very warm and welcoming, just like how she was. She always smile and laugh, and her energy would just always touch everybody, and you feel good, you know. You just feel like it's just family, and that was always the vibe, you know. And the sisters embodying that same thing. Like again, Kwana Nu said, look, my energy is staying present. I'm staying present. We have more to do. If this is another avenue that's going to help to bring that vibration present and multiply it, I'm going to do it. And just as I feel this breeze touching and saying, I'm present, I feel you, and I know you're still present with us.
So I told Kofi, I said, you know, that dream can mean she's present, but she's not in the scene. And Kofi said, yes, that's her belief. Said she was going to ask Papa, or she asked Papa. And now I want to talk to Mama Gail about it. I said, because for some reason, it's like the being is present, but not in the scene. So for the cat, I just saw the cat laying on the screen. I said, Kofi, do you see the cat? It was laying so peaceful. And it hang around everybody. It come on the basketball court when we're playing ball. When we're in the hut, it come and sit as close. It go follow people everywhere we go. When it's time to water, it go there. It's amazing. Then I told him happy. I said, then when Kwana Nu left, it was a gap. And then here come Abina.
Even sometimes, like when I became Sister Abina, like different terms or different things she would say with mommy, like a lot about Kwana Nu. The energy that she brings forward, her liveliness, her joy, and her wanting to be a part of everybody with Mama Baba.
It was like a few days after or a week after Abina appeared. And the energy Abina bring forward remind me too about Kwana Nu. So it's a space of joy, happiness, togetherness, liveliness. Whatever Abina bring forward, it can't fill that space, because the sister who was saying, wow, we didn't know Kwana Nu represent her energy cover up a large area like that.
And sometimes to be honest, I stay away from Sister Abina because I think about that. But sometimes when I go around her, because see how a lot of ways it remind me of Kwana Nu. And then my vision, I see that we're more than like physical, because she don't know nothing about Kwana Nu, for example. But the soul, it have a lot of similarities and a lot of resemblance.
Right, well, based on the situation, I don't take it like something just spooky or mysterious, because based on what I come to comprehend from the high priest teachings and just other teachings, seen and unseen presence, you understand me? You have the spirit world in terms like within the whole animal kingdom and within humans and things like that. So I just see it as something natural, that process that could occur. Because the soul, the energy, you can't destroy energy. Energy can be destroyed, so it could go from one, to one vessel to the next.
So the energy Abina bring forward, it was Kwana Nu desire. She don't like to lose. So when we're in the prep area yesterday, Asi said to me, she said, Kwaima, you know that on Friday is Kwana Nu Earth Day. She said we have to win the game for Kwananu.
You're noted as one of the best young female basketball players in this country. Can you tell us what is your motivation, strong influence, inspiration that you have?
I don't know.
And how old were you when she came into your life?
7.
The appearance of the cat was amazing to me. It was mind blowing because we never had no cats or pets or anything around us. So it was amazing for me. It was like the soul of Kwanu came back through the cat. Same night she passed away. The whole thing was a lot for me, but I learned a lot of lessons from it. It gave me a more stronger focus, a more connection to my soul, and more connection to the unseen presence of who we be.
And I said we must win the game for Kwananu. And I said, and she will be helping. I said she's gonna help and we're gonna win that game for Kwananu for her Earth Day. Because Kwananu love b-ball, she brought a lot of fun and a lot of help to the youth on b-ball because she had a little bit more experience in that area. And Abinaki can cover up that area, and I'm sure she feel that space.
I feel like sometimes, I feel like that Sister Abena came to fill that physical space so we can know that basically our soul is deeper and stronger than physical, and she's not gone. She's still present with us.
And the spunk, the liveliness, wanted to be around everybody and they wanted to belong. Abina brought that forward. So that let me more believe that Kwananu soul is present. She helping unseen to be part of this mission because that was her dream. To be part and help. Especially with the grandchildren and the great-grand.
Overstand, said the old bold soul of the oldest old man who walked the land with a stick in his hand. Overstand the nature of who you be as a part of humanity. And then you'll understand the nature that opposes greener, solar conscious femininity,
Making it easy to see.
And in that final breath, it is clear that there is a living presence that lights the eyes, warms the touch, and does return to the unseen. And nothing in our mortal power can change the movements of the soul connected to the greater whole. The body could no longer house the sacred soul of she. Our focus is on forwarding the life energy of the soul, and although at the time I thought that it meant keeping Kwananu as we know Kwananu in body of flesh, just now another dimension of meaning opened. The living presence, the soul does not die. She did not stop being with the last heartbeat. The soul of Kwananu, Kwatamani, lives on. May the soul-to-soul bond established with Kwananu continue as a communication pathway, a heart-healing channel of supreme love in honor of the essence of life.
Let's get high off of life.
Never acting all sacred
There's so much that the children of the sun do not know about their own existence within humanity as a green earth solar being, souls. In fact, we've lost complete contact with the ideology, with the reality, with the holistic living reason that we are souls first. It's amazing. But I want to share a little something that has been requested from an unseen soul, a very precious soul to us, who somehow managed to get past the various elements that Ma'at require and somehow able to have a strong presence within the I and within this divine socioeconomic family community order. And that particular vibration of that soul energy who happened to pass through Ma'at's balancing scale has asked that the I send forward a message of comprehension or understanding of her own trips, trials, and tribulations, her own soul journey to help a sacred few of the few that she has identified within the most supreme unseen essence of who we be, and whom she have had seen and unseen connections, but more importantly, unseen connection, because the seen connection, the being will not even comprehend. We have to begin to comprehend, to understand that we are much more than what we think we are, that we are living soulful energy, that we can connect within the supreme circle of life and continue that life presence, or we can disintegrate and become a body, a superficial, a surface being. Please take time and listen beyond that oppositional nature that has given you false religious statements and concepts to make you forget who you be as a soul. Please take time and connect with the essence of who you be. Madasi.
In search of a cure. No, she was not saved, sanctified, nor was she pure. Yet her soul did endure against all odds, against the facades of salvation offered by self-made God. Each preach monotheistic, individualistic, jealous, just chilling, unwilling to stop the blood spilling. Life sacrifice to feed the lust and greed of self, asserting its will, and still her soul prevailed as all else failed. To greed, signed, sealed, in desperate need, manipulated to get her consent. Seems like self-deification was paying the rent, and those who got paid bought soul out the soul, targeting her to be used and controlled, delivered with ill intent. She never really knew what it meant. Said she was beautifully built and she could sing, an alpha male's dream. Got caught up in a predator scheme. They called it sex appeal. Human hound dogs on her heel. The name of the game, do as thou will, having no real concern about what she feel. Yeah, the players only saw the outer layer. Yet she was so much more, marked for self-destruction in this spiritual war. From the moment she was born, wrapped in parental misery and scorn, generational curses had her entrapped. A precious soul got stole, kidnapped, body possessed. Time to a T, years to enact a fatal tragedy. But little was it known, something else going on deep in the core inner zone.
Open our eyes, that we may see the soulful essence of who we truly be. Open our eyes, open our eyes.
Life beget life, divine humility, the key to break the codes of self-idolatry. Soul journeying, learning and returning to our supreme source of divine intercourse. Yeah, he and she biologically, oneness expressed collectively. Holistic living truth clear and simple. Our body temple, a sacred soul carrier. Our soul to soul mission, a protective barrier. Our communal message, divine action speak louder than word. Most supreme unseen, seen and heard. Opinionated, yeah, she had her own point of view. Sometimes she would misconstrue. Bottom line, she did what she had to do. And a few among a sacred few did see her make it through. Beyond the pious tales of heaven and hell, told by those unable to cross over my odds, balancing scale, creating a death wish kiss for those caught in the midst of this heavenly bliss. Twist where the serpent of chaos hiss, said she didn't want none of this. Instead she took a holistic position, rejecting anything that opposed her sacred soul to soul mission. Her greatest yearning was about returning, learning the lesson she's supposed to be learning, earning the blessing she's supposed to be earning. Yeah, on her path she had to pass, could not fail. My aunt's feather of truth would tell the tale, where those who can't cross over be sent straight to hell. Be oblivious nothingness of the toxic parallel, where the serpent of chaos dwell. Yeah, beyond religious deceptions and lies, there would be no compromise, no self-deified disguise. Yes, she did open her eyes, and oh yes, she did rise beyond the gossip and chit-chat about her reincarnating as a cat. The key, divine consumption, fruit of the tree, divine union, he and she, forward multiplication, divinity, to divine, social, economic, family, community, prophecy, my art decree, karma, what you put out come back to you times 3, however it be, divine order or toxic reality.
Open